The first card you have for your past is the Queen of Wands. Yeah, I think you might have been trying to manage someone. I know that might sound a bit strange or bad or whatever, but yeah, managing a person. I'm seeing someone sort of, taking ideas and running with them, a bit like a runaway train. They don't really think what they're doing. They just kind of rush off and do things without thinking, and they create all kinds of chaos. That's what I'm seeing. And maybe you work with this person, because I'm seeing you trying to manage your work and everything that you need to do yourself, but then you also found yourself taking care of this person as well, watching what they were doing, making sure they didn't rush off without thinking, mess things up. It was almost like you had to babysit them in a way. I'm just looking at this black cat on this card, and cats, when you think about cats, they sort of wander all over the place. You can't direct them. You don't know what they're going to do next. So if this is resonating, and you're still going through this with this person, maybe they could do without a safety net sometimes, because I'm seeing a lot of protection here. Either you're protecting other people from them and their potential mistakes, or you might have been protecting them from their own mistakes. You might have been kind of covering for them, or kind of, carrying them, if that makes sense. I don't know if this would be worse for you if you just let them slip through the net. But they might need to feel some of the consequences of their actions, because I think it's like, you're carrying them, you're carrying the stress of two people, or you were at this time, around with you. Maybe you still are, maybe that's why I'm seeing that. You might still be in this situation. So the next card you have your past is the Three of Pentacles. So yeah, this is about work quite often, not always, but yeah, mostly it can be. Yeah, so many people have problems around work this week. I'm just seeing it everywhere. I think just about every reading has work problems in it this week. So yeah, this card can be about having to work with people, collaborate with people who you normally wouldn't choose to work with, or you wouldn't really like normally. And I think there might be another person who you work with as well, sort of carrying this other person as well. So there's you and another person, and then this kind of difficult person three, in the Three of Pentacles. So yeah, maybe you're all just carrying this person because you just needed to get things finished. I think maybe you felt that, you just couldn't afford to let any drama or any problems come in the way of you getting work done. You might have had deadlines. You might have been thinking, oh, I've got this deadline to do. I don't want to kind of upset this or cause drama or make any problems. I'm just going to carry this person for now. And then once these deadlines are over, then I'll do something about it. Maybe that was what you were thinking at this time. So yeah, the last card you have your past is the Queen of Swords. So yeah, with this person again, you're probably older than this person, or you're more experienced than this person. I don't think you're in a position where you are actually formally managing them, but you are kind of informally managing them, if that makes sense. You're definitely a lot wiser than this person. The other thing I'm seeing in this card is that, yeah, I'm seeing someone around you who you might not have made up your mind about yet. I'm seeing this as a love connection. I think you might be in a relationship with them, or you might not be. But there is some love connection there. I think you are attracted to whoever this is, but maybe they're not quite on the same level intellectually as you. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing fun conversations. I'm seeing lots of fun between you. I think you enjoy being around them. But maybe when you're trying to talk about anything deeper, on a deeper level with this person, you might struggle to connect with them. I'm not seeing you being snooty. You're not looking down your nose at them or anything like that. It's just that for you to be able to see a proper future with this person, or anyone else really, I think you need to be able to connect with them properly on every level. And I think what was happening at this time was you were looking ahead, you were thinking about your future with this person, a possible future, and you might have been thinking, can I see myself years ahead of now with this person every day, every night? And I try to kind of connect with them, tell them about all these different subjects, talk about lots of deep things. Can I cope with them not quite understanding that, not connecting with me on that level? And so you're going backwards and forwards with this, I think. This queen has one hand out, she's welcoming, but in the other hand, she's holding up a sword. So you were like, do I want them or not? Do I want them or not? Now I'm feeling a lot of love, I'm feeling a lot of care, I'm feeling a lot of happiness with this person, but you just had this one issue that you were kind of thinking about. And I think, yeah, sooner or later you're going to have to make a decision one way or the other about this person. But I think this was just on your mind at this time. You're kind of questioning, is this who I want forever? I do want them, but I can see this problem. That's the thing I'm seeing there. So the first card you have, your present, is Strength. So maybe you're a bit afraid to actually tell this person, this love connection in the Queen of Swords, how you truly feel. I think you do care about them. I think you do love them, actually. I'm seeing that. And you don't want to hurt them, of course. You don't want to be insensitive. I can see why you're so undecided. I can really feel the love around this as well. So, yeah, you do have to make a decision sometime, obviously. You might still be going backwards and forwards a bit in your mind around this. You know, on the one hand, opposites can attract. But on the other hand, you know, you have all these doubts as well. I know this is a really specific thing I'm seeing here, but this is what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing this really, really clearly. So hopefully this goes out to the right person. You do need to make a decision about them. But there's a lot of love there. I keep on seeing that. I'm undecided myself. But what does stand out to me is love. There is love there. The first card you have for your present is the Wheel of Fortune. So, yeah, I'm seeing a few things in this card. I'm seeing something that you were learning or studying a while ago, but then this suddenly stopped for some reason. I think you had to stop doing this, and I think it was suddenly. You had to suddenly stop. And I think, you know, you wanted to finish this, but you weren't able to do that. You weren't able to go back to this for some reason. There was a sudden change in the studying. You had to either leave or whatever, and you couldn't just go straight back into it. It was something like that. I'm getting this feeling of you trying to put this out of your mind, actually, because maybe you were thinking, you know, if I can't do this, I'm just going to try not to think about it. Deep down, I'd love to do this. I really, really would love to do this. But if I can't, I'm not going to sit there and dwell about it or sit there worrying about it or feeling sad. There's no point. So I'm going to try and put this out of my mind. That's what I'm seeing. You know, there's some regret around this as well. It's like you regret not having finished this. But I don't think it was your fault. I don't think that whatever stopped you from doing this was your fault. Something stopped you. Obviously, this card's about up and down cycles, and all of the characters in the corners of this card are reading or they're studying. I think an opportunity might be opening up again, because this might be the beginning of a new cycle in this for you, and maybe that's why I'm seeing this here. And I think, yeah, things might be opening up for you to be able to start this studying again. I think you might have thought about revisiting this again a few times, a lot of times actually, but maybe you were worried that, you know, maybe you'd have to start all over again right at the beginning or something like that. Now, you might not have to. You might not have to start at the beginning. If this is resonating with you, at least inquire about this. You might be able to get some credits for what you've already done, or, you know, or even if you can't, I'm seeing a lot of flexibility around this. So at least look into this again. Don't close yourself off from this. Don't do that. I am seeing that there is an opportunity here for you. That's why this is here for you now. And if this is formal study, like if this is something like a master's degree or a PhD or something like that, don't worry about this creating a bigger gap between you and this love connection. I don't think they'd want you to hold back from this. Especially for their sakes. If you're thinking, oh, that'll even make if I do have a PhD, for example, and they don't have anywhere near that gap is going to look even bigger between us. Don't do that. I actually think they'd be really supportive of you doing this, and I don't think they'd be feeling anything negatively toward this. Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate now. There's a great big something going past, a bus. I don't know what it is. Okay, so let's go back and concentrate. Yeah, don't let any of these blocks that I'm seeing in your mind stop you. Please look into this. Please look into this. You have the Wheel of Fortune here because fortune opportunity is opening up for you again. It's around studying, because I'm looking at these characters, reading their books. That's what I'm seeing. So please try and do this. Please at least call them, at least, you know, do some research, look online, do something toward this. The last card you have for your present is the Four of Wands. So again, yeah, this is this opportunity for you to go back to these studies that I was seeing in the Wheel of Fortune. This is going to be opening up to you. Look at this big red arrow. Look at the 1111s. You know, you might be thinking something like, they'll never accept me back again. You know, it might have been that you were thinking, but this is showing me that they probably will. But you have to go and inquire. You have to ask them. I think this card was in your last reading as well. So if this is resonating and this is studying that I'm seeing here, definitely go for it. Go and look into this again. I'm repeating myself, I know. If this is something else that I was seeing for you in this last reading, here it is again. Whatever it is that you want to do, that you want to start. This is telling you, this is opening up for you. Please start. If a card carries over from one reading to the next, it's showing up again and saying, look at me, I'm here. Do something about this. Here I am. I'm not going away. I'm going to keep showing myself to you until you actually take action on this. You're being shown, you're being directed toward what you should be doing. I'm sounding bossy, so I'm not going to say any more about this card. The first card you have for your future is the King of Cups. So yeah, there's a lot of creativity in this card. This card can be about creativity. So maybe this thing that you're thinking of studying or doing might be something creative. The other thing I'm seeing is, I think this person in the Queen of Swords, this love connection, I think they have very, very deep feelings for you, actually, very deep feelings. They might actually be holding back a bit from telling you how deep their feelings actually are. I don't know if they're picking up on the fact that you're a bit insecure, unsure, undecided about them and this relationship. I think you do love them, if this is all resonating with you, but they might be sensing this kind of indecision around you. Will I or won't I? I'm not sure. They're kind of sensing that. That's what I'm seeing. You know, they're actually quite a sensitive person, so they probably do pick up on all of this stuff. I'm seeing that in the Strength card as well, that they're quite sensitive. And that's where this is so confusing. I'm seeing this all over this reading, this conflict between your different intellectual capabilities and the love that you both feel. Again, only you can make this decision, but I am seeing a lot of love here. I'm seeing that everywhere. You have the Four of Wands as well, so there's a huge potential for a happy relationship between you. I hope you'll be able to put an end to this confusion. But I keep on seeing love here. I don't want to tell you what to do, but I keep on seeing love. I keep on seeing a lot of love here between you. The next card you have for your future is Justice. So yes, this could be the marriage card. There's potential for marriage. I hardly ever say this, but this is coming up really clearly all over this reading. You have the Four of Wands and Justice. Not that I'm trying to put pressure on you or anything. I'm not like a family member saying, when are you going to get married? I'm not doing that. If you don't want to get married, that's fine. A lot of people don't agree with marriage, whatever. But this is definitely telling me there's a lot of love. This is telling me that this could be a very serious relationship and you don't want to just walk away from this just because of something you imagine. You might be imagining, oh, they don't understand me on this level. They're not as intellectual as I am, this and that. You know, sometimes that doesn't matter. It might matter to you. I don't want to tell you what to do, but all I keep on seeing is love here all the time. So yeah, there's a difference between you intellectually, definitely. I can see that as well. But an important thing in a relationship, I think, isn't necessarily ability. It's intention. Okay, so what I mean by that is, do they want to try to understand you on all levels? Do you want to try to understand them? This is about what you both want to do for each other, what you want to do for each other, how much you care about each other. I can see that the love and the care is there. I'll give you an example of this. Okay, so if you have a child who comes home with some homework and it's science homework, and you might think to yourself, or whatever it is, let's say science for an example, and you might have thought, I was terrible at science at school, really terrible. I don't know anything about this. I'm completely lost. How am I going to help them? Right, so if you truly love and care for your child, you will try to help them in some way. You might not have the capability of helping them with this homework, but you can do other things to help them. You might say, okay, I'll ask this friend who I know, who knows all about science, I'll ask them to come and help you. Or you could say, why don't you call this person? They might be able to help you. They know all about science. I might get a tutor for you to help you. I might get a science tutor. I might Google some information that might help me and help you as well. I might go and get a book from the library that will help you. I might ask your teacher for extra help, ask them questions. I could do millions of different things to help you. And so I will be able to help you. Even though I don't understand science, I can still help you with it because I love and I care about you. That's what I'm trying to say. I hope that makes sense to you. Again, I'd never tried to tell you what to do. I can only tell you what I'm seeing here. What I'm seeing here is love. What I'm seeing here is love. The last card you have for your future is the Three of Cups. So I'm laughing because I know I said I wasn't going to tell you what to do, and I'm not going to tell you what to do. But look at this card. These three women have their cups above their heads. I've been seeing intellectual differences, or the brain versus the heart and emotions, one on one side, the other on the other side, and you're kind of weighing them up. So these women have their cups representing emotion above their heads, above their brains. That's the message I'm seeing in this card. Put your heart first above your brain. That's what I'm seeing. Again, I know this reading is very specific. I know it will probably only resonate with a few people. I'm very sorry about that. This is just what I'm seeing. Hopefully it goes out to the right person once again. Yeah, that just happens. This was a very, very strong, very specific reading.